All right, welcome back to the flipped class. Today we're going to talk about decimals, but we're going to be adding fractions with denominators of 10 and 100, okay? There are different ways to look at decimals, okay? We can see that this grid, we can see it in two ways. We can see it as tenths, because there are 10 columns. I'm just going to draw around one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can look at it as tenths. Or, the way I would look at it is hundredths, because there are 100 boxes. I won't make a count, they're up there, okay? 100 boxes. Each individual box, if you count them all up, it's 100, okay? Now, can we use this grid to add up 5 tenths and 24 hundredths? We can, okay? 5 tenths, in this case, so you know each column is 10 boxes. Each column there's 10 total columns, so each column is 1/10, right? So if we're adding up 5 tenths, I'm going to color in 1 column, 2 columns, 3, 4, 5, okay? So now I've colored in 5 tenths, or 1/2, okay, of the box. And now I want to add in 24 more columns. Well, look, 24 hundredths, okay? 0.24. I know that there's going to be 2 more tenths because there is a 2 in the tenths place. So I can color in 2 more whole columns, okay? 1, 2. And then I need to add in 4 hundredths. Well, if one box is 100, then 4 boxes would be 4 hundredths, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? You add it all up, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths. We're going to use our decimal since we're on the right side of the decimal point. We're talking about tenths. There are 7 tenths and 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. So my answer, if I'm adding up 5 tenths, 24 hundredths, I'm looking at 74 hundredths. Okay, not too bad. All right, let's try this. 17 hundredths and 3 hundredths. All right. Well, what's the answer? Let's figure it out. 17 hundredths. I'm not coloring in any columns. There's 100 boxes. I need to color in 17. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've done my 17 hundredths, okay? Now I'm adding in 3 hundredths. That's just 3 more boxes, okay? 1, 2, 3. Well, what's the answer? 17 hundredths plus 3 hundredths, 20 hundredths. Well, how would you write that as a decimal? 0.20. Now, does that look familiar in any way? Okay, 0.20. I'm seeing either 20 hundredths or 2 tenths and no hundredths. Well, look again. Let's check it out. There's one whole column, which is 1/10 of the whole box. There's another column, which is 1/10 of the whole box. So you can look at it as either 2 tenths or 20 hundredths. Okay, 0.2 and 0.20. They're the same. They're equivalent. They're just like equivalent fractions, okay, except they're equivalent decimals, okay? We'll try one more, and we're going to do something else here, okay? 4 tenths plus 14 hundredths, all right? If I'm looking at tenths, I'm going to go 4 rows over. That's 1/10. 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, okay? I'm going to add in 14 more hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here's my answer. I've got 1/10, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. Now this whole tenth is filled in, so that's 5 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hundredths. 5 tenths, 4 hundredths. My answer, 0.54 or 54 hundredths. All right? I'm going to skip ahead. We can also do these problems pretty easy way, okay? We're going to use the standard algorithm. The important thing to remember is you have to line up the decimals, okay? If we're doing 45 hundredths and 4 hundredths, we're adding those two together. 0.45 plus 0.04. You're adding it up just like you're doing a regular addition problem. You have to make sure that the decimals line up, okay? 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 0, 4. Bring down the decimal. Make sure you do that. 0.49 or 49 hundredths, okay? Let's do 0.76 or 76 hundredths plus 21 hundredths. Now I've lined up the decimal, okay? 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Easy math, okay? The only thing is there's a decimal point. Bring that down, 0.97 or 97 hundredths. Now, this next one is just a little bit different, okay? Not a lot different, just a little bit different. All right? There we go. 9 hundredths, okay? There's nothing in the there's nothing in the tenths, plus 53 hundredths, okay? Just still regular math, okay? Don't be intimidated by the decimal point. 3 plus 9 is 12. You drop the 2, you carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. You bring down the decimal point. 0.62 or 62 hundredths. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 of these. I'm going to let you do 2 at home. Bring it tomorrow. Okay? These are fractions. Easy peasy stuff, right? 9 hundredths. You read it just the same way you'd write it. So instead of saying 9 hundredths and 9 tenths, we'll have to find the equivalents. You don't have to in this case. Okay? 9 hundredths. There's no tenths. There's a 9 in the hundredths place. We talked about that in the last video, okay? Now I'm going to add in 9 tenths. Well, I'm going to have my decimal point. The 9 is in the tenths place. There are no hundredths. You can put a 0 there, okay? 9 plus 0 is 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. What's your answer? You read it, and then you say the last place value, 99 hundredths, okay? I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to let you do a couple at home. 4 and 2 tenths plus 3 and 6 tenths. Not hard. We've talked about that. 4 is the whole number. The and means there's a decimal. 4.2 tenths, right? 2 tenths, no hundredths, so 4.2. Plus 3 and 6 tenths, okay? 3 and is the decimal. 6 in the tenths place, there's no hundredths, okay? 4.2 plus 3.6. 6 plus 2 is 8, you know that. Drop the decimal. That's why it's so important that they're lined up. You just drop it straight down. 4 plus 3 is 7. Your answer is 7 and 8 tenths. Okay? I'm going to have you do these 2 at home. You can take a look at that. Pause the video if you need to, and I would like you to bring me the answers tomorrow. See you then.